So this little bit now is the next phase, which is all about going through each device and actually choosing how the settings affect the timings and everything else. I think I'm looking at around about 10 minutes of footage to then turn into a few seconds of a time lapse. I think 10 minutes is kind of a sweet spot between the ability to capture all that motion and things changing and not being obvious set up with all this gear and everything for too long. So I need to get each device now. Probably the easiest one's going to be the gimbal because it's on a phone and you just say, you know, record from there to there and take 10 minutes. So that's kind of like an easy one, I guess. Again, the Edelkrone Slider 1 Pro, whatever it is, that one is roughly the same as well because that is controlled via Bluetooth by a smartphone. So that's roughly the same sort of thing. I can say start there, end there and take 10 minutes. So that's pretty good too. This obviously is all dependent on which button you press in which order. And then the next kind of big, I guess, change, big news here is that I've ditched the other slider. So the other slider came with this movie making kit and this motorized dolly kind of adapter. And what I thought might be good is to have this dolly, it's going to carry a mobile phone, to traverse the other cameras, you know. So say like, you know, it might have a path that takes it, you know, sort of like that really, and sort of moves around that way. So it goes around the other cameras maybe, that's an idea with that one. But obviously I need to check on that one, it's got 9 settings on there. So I need to see which one of the speeds, the 9 speeds, gets us from there to there in roughly 10 minutes. And then this one again, this is just, yeah, it's just a box. So you set the speed and you tell it to go from A to B. Obviously the beauty about this one is with this control arm, I get to have some degree of like when it's moving across, that it's going to pan. I don't really want it to follow focus and focus in. I want this one to kind of like look across, if you like, so it's looking across all this going on at the same time. So whichever angle I look at, I can see them all moving. Or do we use just the everything moving shot as the fusion, so only the fusion sees everything moving? Or the other way to do it is, like I say, is have it layered so that each one sort of sees the next one like that, and like that maybe. Because obviously after I've done this bit and worked out the timings for each one to see how long each one takes, and then need the location, and the location's either got to be massively interesting or totally dull and boring. I say that because obviously they're capturing a time lapse. So is the time lapse focal point going to be this setup? And regardless of whatever's going on in the peripherals, is just like, you know, just whatever. Is it going to be a motorway junction? Is it going to be a roundabout? An entrance exit to a supermarket? All those types of things I've thought about where you capture emotion. Is it going to be somewhere like that? But really, you're looking at this and you can see the motion in the background, but really you're looking at all these things. So I haven't not quite worked those bit out, but I will do. So for now, I get cracking. I'm going to make some notes and work out, just to start off with, what each setting's going to take, what each device needs to be set up so that I can get a 10 minutes time lapse out of it with a degree of movement in it, so you get the motion. So, notepad, pencil, time lapse. We got a bit further with that one. Now I have my notes, and I took a couple of pictures as well. So I've got my phone to refer back to. So for example, the settings for this one are quite complicated. There's about 12 settings to make this move and give me movement over 10 minutes. In pure video mode, it took about 2 minutes from end to end at its slowest speed, so that's no good. And then I discovered, basically in its time-lapse mode, if you like, you know, it puts a camera on top, put it in time-lapse mode, it goes move, wait, so the camera takes a picture, move, wait. It judders quite badly in the fact that it moves all the other cameras around on the table as well. So I did go with the Osmo, which you can see now, just to see if you could see that movement. So you've got no movement on the table, and then the last few seconds you've got video movement of this going really slow, and then at the very last bit is this one in its jerky kind of movement. And it seems to have come out alright. The video seems to have come out alright. However, obviously I need to try it with all the other cameras. What I might do is to put this on a tripod. So I've got a table, a portable table, like a camping table, that I'm going to set up all these devices on when I go out and do the time lapse wherever I do it. But I might take a tripod for this one, just so that that jerky movement, I try putting some like foam, like the sound deadening foam I use in my room, put that underneath it, and doesn't make any difference at all. So hopefully with the tripod it'll remove that jerky motion from the rest of the table, so it won't interfere with the clarity of the image of all the other devices. Like I say, I've got all my settings now. What I need to do now is go and find out which location works best. The only kind of real thing that didn't fit in is this one. You can either do it for 5 minutes or 15 minutes. So I'm going to have to do that for 15 minutes and then just eliminate the last few seconds of the clip so that it's still like 10 minutes. 10 minutes should equate to about 20 seconds of time as a time lapse. And that makes it, you know, kind of like ideal for what I want to do here, because I don't want people to watch a 10-minute time lapse. What I want is for you to understand that 10 minutes has been compressed in time to 20 seconds. And then don't forget we've got the fusion as well, which is going to see everything. And the fusion allows me within its time lapse to concentrate on over that one, that one and that one. So I have them in a certain area. I can have the fusion kind of do much what this has done, where you can set it to look over there, move up, move down. So I can do pretty much the same movement with the fusion and try and concentrate on a small amount of movement per device then. So use its 10 minutes to concentrate on looking at this for a little bit, this for a little bit, you know, like 2 minutes per clip or 2 minutes per time-lapse kind of like camera. And then all I'll do is I will speed that up. So that'll be in real time when I edit it. And then I'll speed that up to give that sort of like 20 seconds with a bit of motion blur and everything, so you can actually see what happened over all these devices whilst the time-lapse was going on. Yeah, I'm not trying to create anything like a masterpiece in time-lapse here. I'm certainly not competing with the people that go out and do like night to day shots where they've got you know, sort of the Milky Way in the sky, or maybe you know, like the Northern Lights or anything like that. Nor, you know, we're trying to do the thing where you put it on a motorway bridge and you see all the traffic whizzing by, and that looks cool or whatever. But I'm just trying to see what this might look like, to see all this motion. I just thought it was cool. That's all I'm trying to do. You may think I'm an absolute pleb and I've got too much time on my hands. Believe me, I have no time on my hands. I am squeezing in moments in time everywhere I can to make this happen. And like I said to you, this is a year-long kind of project that I've been thinking about this. And so far with filming, it's about a month, maybe a month and a half long. So you can see how much time I don't have that I'm committing to this. However, I would like to just get it done. And now I've got all the settings, I just need two things now. I need a location and I need the time. That's part 2, I think, totally done now. Like I said, I've got all the settings I need, so I know like the speed of each device or the settings of each device to get me roughly 10 minutes. So the way it's going to happen, the way that the setup on the day is going to be, is this is going to be on a tripod on its own, then the table's going to be somewhat close behind it, then we're going to have a line of these 3, so that's the Osmo, the Edelkrone and the little pan head. They're going to be set up roughly like that, and then this little dolly motor is going to come in and form an arc like that. This will start moving this way, which means that it's going to see it moving, and it'll start to see this moving as it comes that way. As this comes to the end, it'll see it moving. It may just about catch this one moving because it is pointing that way. Obviously it is then just capturing those two. This one then is going to spin round and is going to capture this, this and this moving, and this one as well, because when this one's coming along here, it's going to see this moving, and this moving, but it may just about miss that one. But that's about it. I don't intend to try and get every camera to see every camera, but I certainly want you to see a camera moving in every time-lapse camera. And the Inception part of that is as it gets close in the middle, that you see multiple time lapses happening, multiple motion time lapses happening from a motion time lapse. And that's my goal now. So that's the setup. Those are my settings. I just need a location and I need to go film it. Thanks for watching on this crazy journey. I hope you have the slightest idea of what it is I'm doing. You may not ever understand why I'm doing this, because even I don't. I just think it's cool as shit. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, watch out on the next episode. We find out where we're going to go. You're probably going to either see me get arrested for asking stupid questions, or we'll find a definite location. Right, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Take care now. Bye.